Section 4.4 is very, very easy and straightforward if you've already grasped all of the other ideas. Okay, so we're doing the exact same thing that we've been doing with isolating or solving for a certain variable, but this time we don't actually have any numbers, we only have variables. So if you're given an equation such as a equals L squared, and we want to solve for L, okay, so the question would ask isolate, so isolate is just getting by itself the formula for the indicated variable. So how would we reverse the squared? Well, we can just root it. And we've seen that since grade 8, maybe grade 7 with Pythagorean's theorem. Okay, so now we're left with root A equals L because this root and this square cancel each other out. They're inverse operations. Okay, so circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Let's isolate for r. And just remember, the pi is not a variable. Pi is a number. Pi is the number 3.14. So we would not necessarily ever isolate for pi. Okay, so we know that r is multiplied by 2 pi. So what's the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So divide both sides by 2 pi. Okay, so now I get this 2 pi and this 2 pi cancel out, and r is by itself now. So we have r equals c over 2 pi. R is isolated. Okay, now volume equals pi r squared h. So we know that all of these are multiplied. Okay, so let's divide by pi r squared to isolate for h, pi r squared, and we can see that this pi r squared and this pi r squared cancel out, and now we have h all by itself. So we have v over pi r squared equals h. Okay, so I want to show you that this is not the same for every variable. Okay, so it's not going to work the same way if the variable, for example, has a squared on it. So I gave you the exact same equation, and now I want you to isolate for r. So let's divide this side by pi h first. Let's get the pi h out of there. So we can cancel out this pi and this h. Okay, so far we have v over pi h equals r squared. But now we actually have to get rid of that squared. So let's root both sides. So we have v over pi h, all rooted, equals r. Okay, so do you see how this equation and this equation do not look identical? It's because we isolated for a different variable.